Day 8 of the Alex Murdaugh trial, and the prosecution finally showed up. Fuel me once here, driving instructor of the world. If you've been listening to the Alex Murdaugh trial, we'll go over what that is in a minute. There's been 7 days, and today, 7.5 days of testimony with the most boring kinds of data you can imagine. Police officers and telephone companies counting steps this morning. 2.5 hours of this is how many steps the person walked who had that phone, and here's how many times it went from picture to landscape. It's been worse than the prosecution handling the DNA evidence in the OJ trial. The jury, who can't take notes, has to remember all this information, and the prosecution decided just to present a list of facts. Look, no one buys a product based on its list of features. You have to talk about the benefits. In a law case, you have to tell a story. There's been no story at all. The jury has been bored to tears, as has anyone who's listened to this dribble been also. So if you don't know, Alex Murdaugh, who was an attorney, had been a prosecutor for a while, had his own law firm, with some other people, was accused of taking millions, embezzling from the law firm he worked at. That night, he goes home and allegedly, supposedly, according to police, unalived his wife and son. Now, he has another son, but that one wasn't there that day, apparently. And this son was home from college. It was June 7th, 2021. There's no conflict in the family. No one talked divorce or anything to any friends or family members. There seemed to be an idyllic kind of family that loved each other. And every time the prosecution has been calling witnesses, they've seemed to help the defense, Alex Murdaugh, more than the prosecution at times. Today, Rogan Gibson, someone who's practically grown up in the family, had nicknames for every family member, including Alex Murdaugh's parents, both of his kids, who he was their age, he went hunting with, etc. He said that he had a phone call with Paul right before Paul passed away. They were supposed to FaceTime. There was something wrong with his dog Cash, who was at the Murdaugh place. So he's on the phone with Paul. They tried to FaceTime. They couldn't. He clearly hears Paul, who he's talking with. He hears Paul's mom, Maggie, and then he thinks he hears Alex there. Later, upon reviewing the tape, he says he definitely hears Alex, putting Alex at the scene of the crime for the very first time.